In the diagram shown below, line segment AC is tangent to circle O at A and to circle P at C. Line segment OP intersects line segment AC at B. OA is 4, AB is 5, PC is 10. What is the length of line segment BC? So since this is what we need to solve for, I put a question mark there. And there's a few things that you need to know in order for you to solve this problem. So whenever you have this word tangent, tangent is a line segment that touches a circle at one point. So this tangent AC touches circle P at point C. So it touches this circle at one point, and this tangent touches this circle at one point, at point A. Now, when we say circle O, then that means there's a center O. So when I have circle O, that means that's the center. And if that's the center, then that means line segment OA is a radius. So let me go ahead and label that radius. Same idea here. If we say this is circle P, then that means this has a center P. And if that's the center, line segment CP is also a radius. Now, whenever we have a tangent and a radius, when a tangent and a radius meet, they form 90-degree angles. It's perpendicular. Tangent and radius is perpendicular. So let me put a right angle here. And once again, tangent and a radius, perpendicular. So this is a rule that you need to memorize. And so think of it this way. When a tangent and a radius meets, they fall in love and they produce a 90-degree baby. A tangent and a radius fall in love and they produce a 90-degree baby. And so if you look over here, we need to now figure out in between these two triangles which angles are congruent. So if you look over here, when two V's kiss at the vertex, they're vertical. And so this angle here is congruent to this angle. And so now let's set up the triangle names. So once again, if you remember from the last video, when you're dealing with similar triangles, the first step that we need to do is figure out the congruent angles, which we just did. Next, we're going to write down the triangle names. And then finally, we're going to set up the proportion. So here we have the congruent angles, and now let's set up the triangle names. So in the small triangle, we have angle B, and in the big triangle, we have angle B. In the small triangle, we have angle A, which matches with the big triangle, angle C. And then finally, to finish the triangle name, we have BAO. And to finish the triangle name here, we have BCP. So these two triangles are similar. And so once you know that the triangle names, now you set up the proportion. So we have BA over BC. Then we have AO over CP. And then we have BO over BP. And so now we just plug in the information. So we have BA is 5. BC, I don't know what it is, and it happens to be what I also want to solve for. So let me set up a variable x. AO is 4. CP is 10. And it happens that I don't need this last fraction. So we cross multiply to solve for this proportion. So 4 times x is 4x. 5 times 10 is 50. We divide both sides by 4. And so x equals 12.5. Now, don't just be satisfied because you solve for a variable. Always go back to the question. The question says to find line segment BC, and it happens to be that I labeled it X, and it is 12.5. And so now I'm totally sure I'm done with the problem. I hope that helped. Bye-bye.